Imagine this. You're an astronaut, floating hundreds of kilometers above our beautiful blue Earth. The stars around you are a brilliant, shimmering blanket, and our planet glows like a marble in the endless, perfect silence of the cosmos. Everything feels tranquil, peaceful, serene, until, in a heartbeat, your spacesuit vanishes. Your body is now completely exposed to the raw, unforgiving vacuum of space. What happens next is a far cry from what you've seen in the movies. The very first thing you'd feel is, well, nothing. There's no air to touch your skin, no sound to assault your ears, no pressure to tell you where you are. Contrary to popular belief, you wouldn't explode like a water balloon, but you'd only have about 10 seconds of consciousness to experience the strangest moment of your life. Instantly, all the air in your lungs would be ripped out of you, a violent, silent rush into the void. This is a critical point. If your instincts kicked in and you tried to hold your breath, the immense pressure difference between the inside of your lungs and the outside vacuum would cause them to rupture. So, you can't breathe. And because there's no medium for sound to travel, you can't scream. The silence is absolute, total, and deafening in its own way. As the life-giving oxygen rapidly leaves your blood, your brain begins to power down. Your vision would start to narrow, creating a tunnel effect. You'd watch the stars, those brilliant points of light, fade into an encroaching blackness, not because they're disappearing, but because your own consciousness is slipping away. You're shutting down. Simultaneously, a bizarre phenomenon would start to occur. The lack of external pressure causes the boiling point of liquids to plummet. The fluids in your body, your saliva, the moisture in your eyes, and even the water within your tissues would begin to boil. This isn't from heat. It's a process called your skin would swell up, stretching taut like a balloon, but it's remarkably strong and elastic. It would hold you together, preventing the gruesome explosion often depicted in science fiction. You wouldn't pop. You'd just bloat. Within a mere 10 to 15 seconds, you'd black out. Your world would fade to nothing. Your heart might continue to beat for another minute or so, a final, futile rhythm in the darkness. But without a fresh supply of oxygen, your brain activity would cease very quickly. For all intents and purposes, you're gone. So, what happens to your body now? It becomes a silent passenger in the grand cosmic ocean, drifting endlessly, weightlessly, through the void. It might tumble slowly, a silent, solitary dance among the stars. In the vacuum of space, there's no air for bacteria to thrive, so the process of decomposition as we know it on Earth simply doesn't happen. There's no decay, no smell, no life to break you down. The fate of your physical form now depends on its trajectory. If your body were to drift in constant sunlight, it would be perpetually bombarded by intense solar radiation. The side facing the sun would be cooked, reaching scorching temperatures, while the side facing away, shrouded in shadow, would freeze solid. This extreme temperature difference, spanning hundreds of degrees, would mummify the remains, baking and preserving them in a grotesque, sun-dried state. But what if you floated away from the sun's influence, into the bust-cold expanse of deep space? The residual heat from your body would slowly radiate away into the endless black. Over weeks and months, your body would freeze completely solid, preserved at temperatures nearing absolute zero. You would become a frozen statue, a human time capsule. No sound, no movement, just a silent, icy form drifting between galaxies, a testament to a life that once was, suspended forever in the timeless beauty of the cosmos. It's a haunting thought, but in a way, strangely poetic. Space won't make you explode it. Will simply keep you in its silent embrace forever. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey through the cosmos. If you found this as fascinating as I did, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe for more adventures into the unknown, and ring that notification bell. Until next time, stay curious.